Welcome to Inside Monster Jam, powered by Lucas Oil, the official Monster Jam podcast. I'm Scott Jordan. We are continuing on with our championship editions of the show. We're going to slide over the Stadium Series. We just crowned a champion out west, so we're going to take you to Inglewood, California, to SoFi Stadium to watch the crowning of our series champion.
You know, I thought I got all the tears out and all the emotions while I was inside the cab of that truck, and I heard my buddy Ray, who's from Texas as well, say that we clinched the series, man. I've been a fan of this sport since I was knee-high. I watched so many different legends go through this sport, retire. I even watched my buddy Tom retire last year, and now I'm fortunate enough to instruct at Monster Jam University, the best school to learn at in the world, man, to drive these Monster Jam trucks. It absolutely thrills me. It humbles me to be able to work out there with those guys, but everything I've done in my career, man, it was for right here. I've won the world title. I've already got a bunch of accolades on my career. This is just icing on the cake right here. This tour was a world finals caliber athlete pool tour, man. Every single one of them was a heavy hitter. Nobody's a quitter, and nobody wanted to back down, and we had fun. And these guys told me every single weekend, all you got to do is have fun to win. And believe me, my whole career has been nothing but fun. So let's keep it up, boys. This is just the start of it. Stadiums, y'all got something coming, man. I love you guys all back home. I know you're watching right now, Dad. But yeah, you told me I'd do it, man. Woo!
What a moment. Let's fire up the Zenny hotline, go out to Paris, Texas to welcome in the newly crowned Stadium West champion, Tristan England. That's got a great ring to it, man. Stadium Championship champion, bro. Congratulations, man. Well done, well deserved.
Thank you very much, man. It's awesome to see you, Scott. I'm glad to be on the Inside Monster Jam, hang out a little bit. But, yeah, I forgot what I even said in the interview, to be honest with you. There was so many emotions wrapped up into it. It's so long wanting to say the things that I wanted to say, and then I get to keep on talking to you, so let's keep it rolling.
I appreciate that, man, and I know you're one of the most emotional drivers in Monster. There's those trigger words for you that get you. It's Crash, Kira, Mom, Dad, and Tom Meents. We're trying to avoid some of those for a little while yet, man. I want to talk about this big win for you because you're a three-time Triple Threat Series champion, and then last year you come over to the Stadium Series, still hunting for respect. You had a great year last year, just couldn't quite get out of that Tyler Menninga shell that he had, but now you get it. JCB year 2, you bring them a championship where they live. They were there. How was that moment for you, knowing that the entire JCB contingent was there to watch you win?
You know, Scott, I talk about it all the time, but it feels like it's just a bunch of dreams of mine that are just clashed into one, and I just get to live them all here at just Monster Jam. And to go out there and have all the pressure and everything else on the weight of your shoulders for brand new sponsor that we just got on last year. So just wanted to do them proud, not only them, but I want to make my family proud too. So, you know, everybody knows my dad is the big kahuna, Shane England. So I'm second generation, and, you know, I just had the third. He's 5 now. So Crash, he's obviously got some big shoes to fill, but I just want him to have fun if he ever decides to go this route in life and chase Monster Jam trucks, man, because it's a dream come true for me, and I get to live it every weekend with my Monster Jam family. But to come back home, bring this trophy, let the family see it, man, that's the icing on the cake, really. And I know you touched on it a little bit about respect, still hunting for it, and I think it's just, you know, last season we were running with Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger, and he had already had a series in the stadiums under his belt. So I think we just needed that little cushion, get a little more comfortable in the stadiums. And he sure helped out. I mean, he pushed me to want to do better. So last year we were more contained. This year we were able to let loose a lot more. And next season it's just going to get wilder. So y'all need to buckle up.
I saw a lot different style from you, not necessarily different, but and maybe it was this more let loose attitude, but in freestyle particularly, I think that's where you really elevated your game in 2025, because I know last year it was kind of hit or miss for you. So how, as far as staying more consistent in freestyle, did you change anything at all?
I just wanted to pick up my momentum a little bit. I do strive on taking care of the equipment to my full extent, but it's Monster Jam trucks, man. So they're 12,000 pounds, 1,500 horsepower. Something's bound to break. And that's what they always say. That's monster trucks for you. But our team, I got a lot of faith and confidence in everything that we do, especially with Dustin behind the wrenches and Joe. And they're both in my ear at all times. So it's always cool, calm, collected, and having a good time. And even if something breaks, we know we can get it back points-wise. As long as we just have that good time that we talk about, nothing stops us. And that goes to show for this year. Last season we did have a lot of fun, but it was, like I said, a little more contained. And I feel like as the years go on, we're just going to peel back those layers and just keep continuing to get better, especially with going out to Monster Jam University and watching all those do's and don'ts. But there's a lot of do's that are coming through there right now. So got all those superstars coming through, and they're passing with flying colors. It's awesome.
Well, we are going to continue to peel back the layers with you. More with Tristan England next on Inside Monster Jam, powered by Lucas Oil. Welcome back to Inside Monster Jam, powered by Lucas Oil. This week, I am joined by newly crowned Stadium West Series champion Tristan England as we discuss his incredible 2025. Let's talk about your JCB team. Dustin Lamar, Joe Wilkinson. You were paired with Howie Dalton for a few seasons, and now you have this team with you. What has that dynamic been like for you throughout 2025?
The mechanic side of everything that we've done this season, it's really shown in the performance that we've done. So hats off to those guys, and they're still working their tails off getting the truck prep for World Finals, so I can't wait for that.
As far as representing the JCB brand, this is a huge sponsor, a huge partner that came in last year. You were hand-selected. I remember having you and Alice Bamford on the show, and she said they wanted a winner, and they got one, my friend, and that is you. She was on site. The JCB team was there. What was their response to you winning a championship for them?
Man, that's just it right there, is how much pressure that is and how much they wanted a winner. And for a driver to put that in their mental state is it's very hard to do because they already have so much to do while they're already at work. But just to hear the congratulations from them meant so much. There was a huge weight on my shoulders going into that event in SoFi, and we just wanted to come out on top and have the final word.
And you're not just a driver for this team, you're an ambassador. In every single event, we have JCB trucks out there. We have local JCB representatives out there that you have to be the ambassador. You have to be the face. You have to go shake hands. You got to go kiss the babies. You got to go out to these JCB dealerships and really, show them the Monster Jam brand. How has that been for you? And has that added any extra pressure on you to not only have to focus on driving, but you also have to focus on representing them as a team member?
I feel like for a few years, the added pressure is just continually stacked upon myself, and it fuels me. It doesn't scare me. It doesn't make me nervous necessarily. The only thing that makes me nervous is I have so much control over one of these Monster Jam trucks that I want to be perfect, and that's hard to do for any of us. So just getting out there and doing my best, that's what I want to do. But, the pressure added each and every weekend, the messages that you receive from the sponsors, the unwavering support that you get from the dealers when you go out to see them, and then the fans that come by to meet the dealers, get some good deals on some JCB units, and to see that Monster Jam truck. So it's a lot of cards, but we're shuffling them just fine, and getting that win, it was pretty awesome.
Let's talk about something fun here, because you get to drive a 12,000-pound truck, which is you got to be a kid in a candy store for that. And how can we make a 12,000-pound truck even bigger? Well, we can introduce the JCB DIGatron Spin Master Smashbot, which we announced on the selection show. That's going to be a stunt at World Finals. Have you taken a look at this sucker yet, man? Because it's watching the commercial. I want one, and now you get to have this presence. For the holiday season with the JCB DIGatron Smashbot, man. So talk a little bit about that and just being this visual presence now when you go to a store and you can see your truck and these toys, basically because you're driving it to championships.
Well, first comment we got to make is how long we've waited for a toy, period. And we finally got one, and now we're in the floor. My son and I crashed for playing with the Spin Master trucks. We have the JCB DIGatron, and now we hear there's the stunt set coming out. So it's like, where's it at? Is it going to be in the mail? Is it on its way? But I can't wait to get out there and just show off in front of all the Monster Jam fans in Salt Lake City. It is a huge stunt, and it's kind of my stepping stone into stunts. So it's going to be awesome, and this is just the beginning. So, my buddy Tom Metz, he's the stunt coordinator and the professor of Monster Jam University. Yeah. So as long as he's behind the reins of all that, I know I'll be safe.
So, does this mean that you're going to be? Are you putting some breaking news in? Are you driving the truck in the stunt? Because this was not something that was released. Did you just break news on my show? Because if you did, I'm all for it. Please tell me you're driving it.
Oh, as long as I don't get apprehended for releasing all this news.
No, I'll be the one that gets apprehended because I'm letting it happen. But that's amazing, man. I had no idea. We were actually talking about who was going to drive that. I figured since you were going to be knee deep in trying to win world championships, you wouldn't have time for this sort of thing. But that's amazing.
Well, I think I need to get used to flying before I go out there and jump my 12,000-pound monster jam truck for freestyle. So it should be a pretty awesome feat. It's going to be exciting. And, doing the test hit out at Tom's house was pretty exhilarating, so I cannot wait to fly again.
Well, there you go, folks. Breaking news. Tristan England will be driving the JCB DIGatron in the Smashbot stunt. I'm excited to see that. That's going to be July 4th and 5th weekend at Salt Lake City. You can catch that at Rice-Eccles Stadium or streaming on YouTube or our streaming partners. Tristan, we're going to come back with some more with you. I want to get down to the bottom of your World Finals predictions and see how many championships you think you're going to win. That is next on Inside Monster Jam, powered by Lucas Oil. Welcome back to Inside Monster Jam, powered by Lucas Oil. I'm Scott Jordan. This week, I'm joined by JCB DIGatron driver Tristan England as we discuss his series championship. I didn't realize that you were a Dr. Seuss enthusiast. Going back to your speech, I think you said the line, "This series was full of heavy hitters and nobody was a quitter." Was that a pre-planned line, or did you realize you were getting Seussical there with your acceptance speech?
Man, I've got plenty more. You want to talk about pressure? We don't subscribe to it. We apply it.
Oh, there we go.
I mean, whatever.
I like that. Let's talk about your rivalry this year with Ryan Anderson, and we'll get to Bryce Kenny as well because he was involved in this race for the championship. But what a fun rivalry to watch! You end up besting him by 13 points for the series championship. You went at it all season long with Tyler Menninga last year. This season it was Ryan Anderson. Talk about having to go out and compete with a guy that has such a tenacious attitude and is one of the best drivers of all time.
I think it was so much fun. It was an absolute blast. But I will say this. I do watch a lot of film. So when I get back to the house, I watch a lot of YouTube Live. And I can't help but notice when we're out there driving our JCB DIGatron, everybody's got their hands in their pockets and everybody's silent, straight face. When everybody else is running, I'm jumping up and down, hooping and hollering. I'm cheering for my friends, but when we're out there, nobody's cheering for us because it's a huge target on your back and everybody wants to win. And when you're the guy at the top of the leaderboard and everybody just wants a piece of it. So
right.
I understand that completely, but it was fun because that kind of stuff fuels me to go out there and just try harder and do better. And I'm happy that we came out on top. And like I said earlier, to get those last words, man, that meant a lot to me.
I'm going to start a campaign online at World Finals for all the drivers to cheer for you in freestyle. I'm going to make sure that happens. So I'm going to spearhead that from here on out. So drivers, if you're watching, I don't want your hands in your pockets when this man is on the track. I want up and down, jump it up and down, and I'll be there to start the wave if I have to. Competing against a driver like Ryan Anderson, does that just make you better every night? Because you really can't have a night off, right? You have to bring it every single night, or that points lead was going to go bye-bye real quick.
Well, I'm not too cocky of a guy. I'm very humble country guy. So from my dad's mouth, he said, your average night is somebody's good night at Monster Jam. So just go out there and have fun. And, he instilled that in me, years ago. So if I just keep that confidence up and have a good time, and I always FaceTime the family before I get in the truck or call them. So just that little boost of confidence that Kiera gives me before I go out, or Crash even telling me I better not stink when I go out there. But it's just anything adds fuel to the fire for me. So I love it, and I love the pressure too.
Bryce Kenny had a great year. I think one of the best seasons he's had in his career, if not the best. He was just that little incessant fly that wouldn't go away. You could not get rid of Bryce Kenny. He would win freestyles, overall event championships, and still was very much involved in this series. What was it like driving against Bryce this season?
Man, it was so much fun. Week in and week out with Bryce. He's a great competitor, God-fearing man. We always huddle up on Fridays, and we'll go to that backflip ramp and have a little prayer. And Bryce is one of those guys that he fuels you to be a better person too within the locker room. So he's always got scripture going on, and then We've got a group text with Holy Rollers. So he's just all around good dude, and I'm really happy for him. He was doing backflip moonwalks this year. It was so cool to see. So I knew that I had to be more consistent with my drive.
You're telling me that the guy that goes through all of your lockers and posted on Instagram how just dirty all of you are back there is leading these scripture talks in the locker room? That's like,
Listen, because of him, my locker looks spectacular.
You can't have a bad locker around Bryce, can you? He'll call you out for it. Let's preview.
You can't have a bad locker with the sponsor, man. Come on.
Exactly. Let's preview World Finals. You made it to back-to-back JCB Racing Finals. You won 2 years ago. You lost a very close race to Zach Gardner last year. You were racing on Friday against Adam Anderson, Caleb Blood, Armando Castro, Blake Granger, Jim Kohler, Todd LeDuc, Brianna Mahan, Tyler Menninga, Bari Musauer, Cole Stevens, and Dalton Weiner. That is a murderer's row of racing powerhouses. How are you going to get through that bracket to make it to a third consecutive final?
Same way we've done it the past 2 years, man. Just go out there and not even think about it. It's just all it is a mental game. And when you get in the cab of one of these Monster Jam trucks, I mean, for me especially, I want to be in there for as long as I can. I want my face to be on the screen for as long as possible. I just want everybody to know that we're there. You know, we showed up. We've traveled all this way not to just sit there and cheer for everybody else. We want to go out there and win for our family and for our sponsors. So, last year it was really close down to the wire, but I didn't let it get in my head until I got to that final round with Zach and thinking, man, this kid is killing it right now. And I was just happy for him. I was super proud because I was just right there last season in my first ever final round of racing. And he's first ever World Finals, and he's in the final round. That was so cool to see. And all the emotions from Jamie and Tom because they live so close, and it was just awesome.
So you will race on Friday, you will freestyle on Saturday. How do you feel about the 2-day format? Do you like the way it's spread out? Will that help you, or is that something that's just you're going to do it and whatever happens happens?
I personally do miss, Scott, when we used to do the 2-day changeover of World Finals,
right? And
we do racing one day and freestyle the next, just because it's fresh for everyone. But I will say racing will be different considerably from Friday to Saturday, just with how the weather, the moisture, the dirt, you name it. But we got a great dirt crew that's going to be helping us out at Salt Lake City for the big show of World Finals. So I've got no doubt in my mind that Saturday is going to be the day for crazy saves and chaos, but Friday is going to be all about smooth, smart passes. So let's just have a good time when we get out there, man. It's 4th of July.
It is 4th of July. We're going to have some fireworks presented by Vetix. So you're going to do great on Friday. You win on Friday, you move on to Saturday, and we're going to talk about that a little bit another time. I'm going to have you on because we've run out of time in this segment. And we do have a lot of fan questions for you because they are dying to know what Tristan England is thinking about a series championship with JCB DIGatron. And now they're also dying to know how you're going to handle the Smashbot stunt. That is next with Tristan England on Inside Monster Jam, powered by Lucas Oil. We are back with more Inside Monster Jam, powered by Lucas Oil, the official Monster Jam podcast. I'm joined this week by JCB DIGatron driver Tristan England. We've been chatting about his series championship win on Stadium West. It's time for some fan questions. You can stay involved in the show and the conversation by following me at Scott Jordan MJSX. Colin Blackwell 12 says, where does this series championship rank amongst the rest? So 3 Triple Threat Series championships. Proud of those, I'm sure, but this one has to be the best of them all, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to me, the series championship means a little more than the World Finals. When you talk about it as in you're building a team, you're working so hard throughout for the whole first quarter of the season. So you really have to hone in on your skills and stay consistent. And like I said in my interview, man, consistency is key. So that's all it takes to be on top, really. Just having fun, too, with the crew, and just a series championship means a lot.
Well, World Finals, you have to be on your A game for one night. A series, you have to be on your A game for 5 months. So, I can see that hard work paying off. Eli Steele 35 says, with such a wide variety of accolades early into your career, what is the next goal you'd like to accomplish behind the wheel?
Man, I don't know. I've won so many cool awards over my career, and I just can't believe it. My office is currently full of trophies right now. I have no room to even put my packs in there. But it's just so many varieties of awards that I've won, and I guess I just want to make sure I get all of them. So Scott Douglas told me that I was the most decorated because of the MVD and the series and a world title. So, I mean, I think that's amazing, man. That's so cool, and like another dream come true for me.
And you could start using them as a hat rack, like for all your cowboy hats. Just put them on each trophy. You just expand your collection, save some room there. Is that what
Don't tell everybody what I do.
Doing? All right. Let's see. Brennan Jopp says, do you hope to compete with your dad on a stadium championship series one day, or even just one or two off-season stadium events? So I've asked your dad about this, the return of the Big Kahuna to Monster Jam. Is there a chance that one day you could go, maybe send the old man off with one final race against his son?
You know what? That's all we've talked about since I've been growing up, is who's the fastest on the county road, who's the fastest, because, you know, we live on the same farm road. So, you know, everybody knows my dad is the monster truck guy in our town, but I'm still just that kid that drives monster trucks to some. So, you know, it's funny how many accolades we talk about, but it's like nobody's ever going to be as cool as my dad, dude. So he's pretty awesome. But I can't wait to smoke him on a tour so he can know who's the fastest.
Gauntlet is thrown down. I'm going to make sure he knows that when I see him in Salt Lake City. Before we go, I don't know if you're aware of this. There's a video that lives in infamy on social media that is me and you were in Baltimore at the arena, and it was a hometown show for me, and I mispronounced you and Kristen Anderson's name. I called her Tristan Anderson. I called you Tristan England, and everybody just tortured me on social media. Every now and then, that video pops up. I wish whoever has it, take it down. It's embarrassing, all right? But that's sort of a moment that you and I shared indirectly in Baltimore that lives on in infamy online.
Hey, that's a pretty hilarious moment that we had. But, you know, what's even funnier is the Ravens didn't make it past the playoffs, and the Cowboys never will.
They're telling me we got to go. But real quick, one episode of TV, I made a comment that you're trying to do. You were in Arlington. I said he's trying to do something the Cowboys don't ever do, and that's win a championship. So, yes, bingo, points for Scott. Tristan, thanks so much for being here, man. I appreciate it. Good luck in Salt Lake City.
Thank you, guys. See y'all fans later.
That's it. I'll see you next year. I'll see you next week, next year as well, hopefully on another brand new episode of Inside Monster Jam, powered by Lucas Oil.